First Companies, what is happening? The Pool Boys are back for your championship video. That's right, the tournament is over. Your pool has been decided. We're going to crown a champion later on. First, let's take a look at some of the storylines from the Final Four weekend.
Diarra, swing it, Castle, can't hit the three. Offensive rebound, put back, it goes. Open look, Lawyer, and Rathfield, on coronation. The Huskies make history, back-to-back national champions.
The clock struck midnight for both Cinderella teams in the Final Four as NC State went down to Purdue and Alabama lost to UConn in some epic Final Four matchups. And that set the stage for a giant of a matchup. I mean, actual giant. 7'4" Zach Edey for Purdue versus 7'2" Donovan Clingan for UConn. What a game it was. UConn proved to be unstoppable, and they cut down the nets, back-to-back champions.
Back-to-back repeats. And we would be remiss if we did not also mention the women's Final Four, because that was spectacular in its own right. You had Iowa, you had UConn, you had South Carolina and NC State. Crazy enough, 2 repeat of the men's Final Four with NC State and UConn. Crazy to see that. Some of the best ratings we've seen in years. Caitlin Clark, the GOAT of her time, but too much South Carolina action, so the Gamecocks take the championship on the women's side. Great Final Four, awesome to see. Some of the best viewership in history. All right, enough of what happened in the actual tournament. It's time to see what's going down in your pool. 68 teams started, you picked them all, and now we've come down to a top 3 and crowning a champion. But before we do that, we have to take a look back at some of the brackets we lost along the way, because in madness, you lose a lot of good brackets.
Go Irish. T. Starks, what happened? You changed your name. Change your name, fortune goes down. I don't know, maybe it's a luck thing. Stick with the Irish. You picked Carolina. You only got one Final Four team, right? Gone, but not forgotten.
Too soon, Thomas. Carrie, all I have to say is, you picked Duke as your champion. You know we're from Wake, right? Never a good choice to pick Duke as your champion. Now I'm just picturing you as Carrie from the horror movie when at the dance, got everything spilled on you. Just please don't rage murder us all. Gone, but not forgotten.
And raise the roof. Justin Perry. More like the roof is on fire. Your bracket was on fire. UConn made it to the Final Four, but Tennessee is their champion. Nah, brah. Nah, gone too soon.
All right, enough of the sad stuff. It's time to do some celebrating, because that is why we are here. We look back on our past, remember it, not forget it. And now it's time to celebrate those who finished in the top 3, and it is time to crown a champion. So, starting us off on the podium, finishing in 3rd place, give it up to Scott Steenwick, because he got you 116 points. You know, while he only had one Final Four team right, he got the champion right. He got those UConn Huskies. And, you know, for his best pick, he went with Oakland. JK. LOL. No, he didn't. In fact, actually, his bracket was pretty chalky. The only upset, quote unquote, he had in his bracket was Tennessee over Purdue, which didn't work out. But anyway, Scott, you finished 3rd. Congrats on your 3rd medal. Well done? Yes.
I mean, whatever. Had it been like last year's tournament, this would have been another caboosing for Scott. But
another caboosing.
Things turned around. I'm always going to think of him in the party train. Get on that party train. All right, time to take a look at 2nd place, our first runner-up, and this year it is Katie Mitchell.
Yes.
Katie, 116 points, crushing it. She also only had one Final Four team, but she did have a champion in UConn. She lost Arizona, Houston, and Tennessee. I don't know, man. These are all good picks, but things got wild in the tournament, you know? What are you going to do? She did have a couple of really good upsets, though. She took Grand Canyon over St. Mary's. She took JMU over Wisconsin. Those 2 12 seeds pulled it off. Great job, Katie Mitchell. Great tournament overall.
Well done, Katie. All right. Now it is the time we have all been waiting for. 68 teams at the beginning. You pick all your picks. Now it's time to see how that bracket went down. So for 3 weeks, it is time to crown the champion, and yours is... Lynn Bolick. That's right, your Survivor champion from the fall in NFL Survivor Pick'em is now your March Madness champion. She's going back to back, finishing first place with 125 points. Once again, only had one Final Four team, but she did have Duke in the Elite Eight, getting her those extra points. Her best pick, she had near perfect first rounds in the West and Midwest regions. I mean, we are in Michigan, so you gotta love that Midwest. But congratulations to Lynn, getting that championship 2 in a row. Watch out. Might be a dynasty, maybe. Watch out for Lynn.
She is the UConn of sports pools at First Companies right now. She is crushing it. And again, I have to mention, it must be that necklace. I think it was imbued with special powers, picking powers that she won from Survivor. Just going to say it. All right, let's take a look at your final leaderboard, top 10. Obviously, we got Lynn, Katie Mitchell, and Scott Steenwick in the top 3 spots. Josh DeVries pulling up in 4th spot. Lexi in 5th. Tristan Kerr, 21 in 6th place. Matt Sink coming in at 7th. Dylan at 8th. Those are all your UConn picks. We had a couple of Purdue's, and had Purdue won, Dianakin would have won this pool. We were pulling for it, Diane. But Diane finishes in 9th place with the Purdue pick, and Reynolds in 10th place as well with Purdue. So that is your final top 10.
Well done on reaching those final top 10. And speaking of one Dianakin, we do have to give a special thanks, because without Diane herself, the Pool Boys wouldn't be here having this great fun with you. You know, you've been with us from the beginning. Diane had faith in us, and we have had a blast with you, coming with you for our, 3rd March Madness tournament. It has been spectacular. So Diane, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for having faith in us and letting us go on this ride with you guys. It's been a blast. We love living through all the picks, all the badges, all the trash talking. It's been great. So it's crazy. March Madness is done. Put another one in the books. A new champion is crowned. Watch out for Lynn. She's going for something else 3 in a row. So for one final time, the Pool Boys are out.
One shining moment, it's all on the line. One shining